All right, guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. So today we're going to be looking at a full review on the cameras for the Z Fold 4. Now, it is late in the evening. I just got one little spotlight going and it is completely dark behind me. So I think this is a really nice setting to really push the limits of some cameras. And I think the Z Fold 4 is going to do very well. So I've been doing a lot of testing with this device. I've been taking photos in different places and taking videos as well of different things just over time of having it so far. And I gotta say, I'm really impressed. The microphones on here are absolutely really solid. And right now I'm not even using pro mode. It's just really quiet in here. You know, it's just a good time to record when your house is really quiet. Well, my house is never really loud, but it's a good, this just goes to show how good the microphones are on this device. If you wanted to use pro mode, you very well could, because you can adjust the gains on the microphone. Now I am using the cover display. I think director's view is another thing that's really good, because I'm using the rear cameras to give you the main focus of this phone. I think it's such a good device, and I can just look down to see if I'm in view or not. I can see if it's focus hunting. I can see it all. So I decided to put this up on. I was doing a handheld at first, but I decided to go ahead and put it up on a little stand and just let it stand up on its own, because I don't think I could talk very long holding it up like that for a long period of time. Because I didn't know how long this video was going to be. I actually did shoot about 3 minutes of me holding it, but I was like, okay, I can work my shoulders tomorrow. So nonetheless, the footage from this camera is, I think it's impressive. I think a lot of people feel like because it costs $1,800 that there are some things that could be changed. And in this video, you will see a dislike of mine, and it is the inner display camera. And that is where I agree with people. I think the inner display camera is totally wrong. It's way off for an $1,800 phone or $2,000 phone, basically. It's way off. It should not be this bad. They could have just went with a regular punch hole display camera in the inner screen, and it wouldn't get so much heat. But the fact is, the inner display camera is pretty much not good. It's not horrible, but it's kind of like an old laptop computer. You know how we clown Apple for having that 480p camera on their laptops for so long? This is what Samsung is doing, basically. I know it's a new technology or whatever, but ZTE has done it, and theirs is really good. And furthermore, the Fold 3, I think it had a better inner display camera. I really do. I think it had a better inner display camera. So that gripe aside, because that is officially a gripe, I just think they're wrong for putting on that trashy bad camera in the interior of the display. But I know that's not their main focus. But still, if you can't do a really good job at it, you did it last time and people didn't like it, and you didn't improve on it this time, that's not good. Take it out, go back to the drawing board, do a regular punch hole camera until you really can get that right. It's just that simple. So other than that inner display camera, the outer display camera, like the one that's on the front display, it actually does really good. I'll show you that in this video as well. I'm going to pretty much probably shoot this video on the Z Fold 4 and then edit it on the Z Fold 4 and then upload it to YouTube on the Z Fold 4. That's probably what I'm going to end up doing. But I think phone cameras, and I put a poll up, and somebody said, Jay, all phones today are pretty much solid. And I thought, you know what, they're right. Most of the, and they said flagships, but I think most phones today are really solid. I mean, they are really good. But the advantage goes to Samsung for the cover display. So I'm looking right here in the viewfinder, and I can see everything. If I start to focus on, or something comes out of focus, I can just go ahead and just fix it. You know what I mean? I can see. And same thing with the Z Flip 4. That's another beast mode phone, because it's got the cover display. Now, obviously, advantage is Z Fold 4, because I have like a 5.4 inch display for a cover display for this phone, or however big that is. It's almost the full length of the entire cover display. It's almost a full coverage there. So I'm pretty sure if I were to switch to a different angle, like a wide angle shot, it'll probably cover the entire display. I would think that it would. Like if I go to like 19:9 or something like that, or 21:9, I think it would probably cover the entire display if it's just a preview. But this is 4K 60 on the rear camera. It does shoot 8K. I'm not even going to mess with 8K, because 8K isn't really, it's not necessary. You know what I mean? It's not necessary at all. So, phones today, if you can do 8K, I get it. It's a flex, but yeah, it's not really necessary. So let's go ahead and check out the front display. I'm going to go ahead and show you that front, I'll show you the front, the outer display, and then I'll go ahead and show you the inner display camera. So the outer display camera on the outside, I'm going to show you that one, and then I'm going to show you the inner display camera, the one that's under the display. All right, so this will be real brief and to the point. This front camera on the outer display could have easily went in the inside display. Like, why they did this like this, I don't know. The punch hole displays like this, this one is on the outside display. It's actually really solid. I mean, I could use this. I'm looking at the viewfinder over here. It's actually pretty good. The quality seems decent. But now let me show you the inner display. All right, so let's go ahead and address it. Let's address it. This is the inner screen, inner display video camera. All right, this is it. It's not very good, but it's not terrible. You know what I mean? It's like, it feels like a front camera on like one of my old Surface tablets or something like that. You know what I mean? This is really not that good. But you have other options, man. You can use the outer display camera on the front, or you can use the rear display camera. And I know you can see a difference between the two, but you know, it is what it is, man. They put this camera in here and they should have stuck to the punch hole design. But I think when I compare, like if I'm outside, this looks pretty decent. But again, I'm in that same position with the low light. And so it is not going to be the best, but it is definitely not the worst potato style camera that I've ever used. I'm telling you, I've got a lot of cameras, and some of these cameras on some phones is garbage. This is not garbage, but it's definitely not. It should not be on an $1,800 phone. How about that? All right, guys, so here we are. We're going to close out this video. The Z Fold 4's cameras, to me, have proven themselves to be really good, really solid, and I just don't have a problem with them at this point. But the front camera, or excuse me, the inner display camera, they just shouldn't have done that. That's just a bad thing for Samsung to go with a $1,800 or $2,000 device and have this horrible camera in the center here. The Z Fold 3's camera, I think, was actually a little bit better. I think I liked it a little bit better, if I'm not mistaken. I thought it had better quality than this display right here, but that's just what it is. I don't have the 3 anymore to compare it next to it, but if I can remember, I can just go back and reference the videos that I did, and I stood outside and recorded that video, and in this scenario, I was in a low light situation. So I know if I go outside, it'll be better, but that's still not an excuse. Samsung is wrong for putting this type of camera on a phone of this price. This is your flagship device. This is the one you want people to get all the attention to. It's the new folding design. It's this, it's that. You really should have a better camera on the inside than that camera. So the front display camera obviously is phenomenal too, depending on the lighting. Now, again, this was a low light video, pretty much this setting I'm in right here. You get this thing outside, it's going to do very well. Really enjoy the rear cameras. I'm testing out the new Rinky cover here for the camera module. It is really nice. I'll give you a follow-up on that. Got it over here. Testing this out. So, you know, basically all these modules kind of look the same, but they're just covering up the display, the camera module there to help protect it and recess it just a little bit or flush it out. But overall, man, I've been extremely impressed with this device. No problems whatsoever. I think it's safe to say that this device has great cameras, with that inner display as a major flaw. That's just such a bad thing. I hate that they put that display, that under display camera in here. But I know they're trying to get into a new direction and really bring their device out front to be one of the best, but it's going to take some work. So yeah, this device right here is one of the best devices I have in my catalog. It's the most universal. It's versatile in a lot of ways. It can do a whole bunch. It can span into a tablet. It can become a phone. It can do editing in pro mode. It can record in pro mode. There's a lot going on with these cameras, and they produce fantastic footage. So it's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, this is it, man. This is the king of smartphones at the moment, or folding phones, I should say. This is the king of folding phones, obviously by a long shot, because no one's really doing folding phones in the US. So until we get some competition in the US, this is it, man. This is what you have to deal with. So, man Jay, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.